Ask Fr.Bitaju. Fr.Bitaju Mathew, OSST, belongs to the Order of the Most Holy Trinity and of the Captives, Trinitarians. He serves as the Secretary Vice Provincial of the Order in India and is currently the chaplain of the JesusYouth International Formation Team. Question: why can't the Catholic Church ordain women? Bince George, Bangalore, India.
The Apostolic Letter of St. John Paul II in 1994 made it very clear that the Church has no authority whatsoever to confer priestly ordination on women, and that this judgment is to be held definitely by all the Church's faithful. Ordinatio Sacerdotales 4. The Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith in the following year, 1995, issued a responsium ad dubium, affirming the judgment of the Pope. The document signed by the then prefect of the doctrinal congregation, Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, reminded us that the Church's unbroken 2,000-year-old practice of ordaining only males to the priesthood is founded on the written Word of God and the living tradition of the Church. In other words, the Church believes that it is the divine mandate, and it belongs to the deposit of faith, which makes this teaching of the Church free from error, infallible. Thus, the definitive teaching of Pope John Paul II in Ordinatio Sacerdotales was reflecting and repeating what the Church has always understood and upheld through the centuries. The primary explanatory document of the Church in this matter is the Declaration on Admission of Women to the Ministerial Priesthood, Inter Insignores, issued by the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith in 1976. The principal statement in this declaration is that in fidelity to the example of the Lord, the Church does not consider herself authorized to admit women to priestly ordination, found in the introduction, paragraph 5. It is clear from these teachings of the Church that she doesn't ordain women to the sacred priesthood because Christ did not include women among the select group of the 12 to whom he gave sacramental powers, which included ordination. In response to why Jesus did not include women in the College of the Apostles, Inter Insignores quotes St. Thomas Aquinas, who explained that sacramental signs represent that they signify by natural resemblance. The ordained priest is a sacramental sign who acts in persona Christi, in the person of Christ, not merely in his name. To be able to act in this way, a person needs to have a natural resemblance to Christ, who was a man. Furthermore, Inter Insignores makes it clear that Jesus did not limit his selection of apostles to men, merely because of the culture of his times that could not accept the leadership of women. In no way Jesus was bound to the culture of his times. As the New Testament attests, it clearly shows that women were a vital part of his followers. Still, Jesus did not include any women among the apostles that he chose to set apart with special sacramental powers, not even Mary, his mother, whom the Church exalts above all other human beings. In short, the Church does not ordain women to the priesthood for the following reasons. A. Infidelity to the example of Christ as recorded in the sacred scriptures. B. The constant practice of the Church, which has faithfully imitated Christ in choosing only men. And C. The living teaching authority of the Church, which has constantly held that the exclusion of women from the order of priesthood is in accordance with the plan of God for His Church. The rule that only men may receive holy orders in no way demeans women. In God's sight, man and woman have the same dignity, but they have different duties and charisms. The Church sees herself as bound to the fact that Jesus chose men exclusively to be a part of the Last Supper for the institution of the priesthood, to confer priestly ordination on women, and that this judgment is to be definitely held by all the Church faithful. Jesus proactively affirmed the value of women, bestowed his friendship on them, and protected them. Nevertheless, the ordained priesthood has always been conferred on men. In male priests, the Christian community was supposed to see a representation of Jesus Christ. Women play a role in the Church that is no less central than the masculine role. Without their sort of teaching, preaching, charity, spirituality, and guidance, the Church would be paralyzed on one side.